Did new evidence just completely flip the YNW Melly trial on its head? Investigators are pointing to a shocking, newly uncovered motive, while a key affiliate's plea deal and hidden testimony threaten to seal Melly's fate once and for all.
Did Vaughn really tell you that Melly told him that he was two friends?
And so, you know, if you know, when people could say something without saying it.
The PC Gambino account asked him if he was okay, and his response was, I did that.
Like, they raid your crib, and the surveillance footage of the is in your DVD player. They'll be like, oh, okay, thank you, brother. This can't be at your crib.
On August 16th, explosive new evidence emerged in the YNW Melly case, revealing a never-before-heard motive for the alleged double murder of YNW Sackchaser and YNW Juvie. According to leaked police interrogation files, a YNW affiliate claimed that Sackchaser forced Melly into inappropriate acts just 1 week prior to the shooting. Investigators now believe this specific incident served as the primary catalyst behind the crime.
What motive would Melly have to kill his two friends?
They just piss him off? I don't know, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I'm gonna tell y'all straight up. Yeah, man was on FaceTime, man. Like, y'all don't know, bro. Y'all don't know what Sack was doing to me. Y'all don't know what Sack was doing to me, bro. Like, saying it like Sack was some shit.
The same YNW affiliate detailed the internal dynamics of the crew, describing Sackchaser as the group's dominant enforcer. Leveraging his physical size, he reportedly bossed the other members around and insisted that YNW's industry success was entirely his doing. Tensions peaked when Sackchaser allegedly forced himself onto Melly. Reaction online was immediate, with one user stating, "Not going to lie. If that YNW affiliate is being for real and Sackchaser did that to Melly, I would have done the exact same thing." As seen on X. Things took an even stranger turn when details surfaced that weeks before the incident, Melly allegedly FaceTimed King Vaughn to ask for advice on how to handle an escalating internal dispute.
Did Vaughn really tell you that Melly told him that he was two friends?
He ain't come out and say, like, we got into an argument. And so, you know, if you know, when people could say something without saying it. And so he told me, like, once I posted what I posted, Vaughn was mad at me. Bro, why you put up there, bro? What the bam? I'm like, you sitting up here, like, you know the love we got. You do this for us, but you gonna trust that his two friends? And he said, them was trying to extort him. And so I'm like, if they was trying to extort him, then why are you still around them?
The individual who exposed the King Vaughn phone call was a former O Block member who maintained close ties with Vaughn for years before leaving Chicago to escape street violence. This revelation presents a major hurdle for Melly's defense, especially as YNW Bortland's legal strategy shifts. A recent update confirmed the Bortland plea deal has been finalized. Bortland did his police interrogation, giving details of what happened the night of the crime, who was involved, what he saw while driving the car, and details about their relationship before the crime happened. Via XXL magazine.
He will be flipping. He is going to be tell-all about anything he knows about the double case, and they will know if he's telling the truth or telling a lie when he gives his full quote-unquote confession as to what happened that evening. And that's what happens. A lot of times where guys are in prison for 4 or 5 years awaiting trial and looking at a life sentence, and they're offered 10 years where they'll be home probably in another 3 years that he'll serve, he decides to flip and become a cheese eater. And that's what happens a lot of times on these cases. And I was expecting it to happen a lot sooner than it did. He held out for quite some time. But long story short is it looks like he's going to flip. And it makes the case on YNW Melly, depending on what he says, which I anticipate he'll say that YNW Melly is responsible.
Prosecution strategy now hinges on comparing Bortland's initial statements from the night of the incident against his post-plea interrogation. On October 26th, Bortland arrived at the Memorial Hospital emergency room, seeking urgent medical assistance for 2 deceased passengers inside his vehicle. Detective Moretti questioned him on site before escorting him back to the alleged crime scene, where glaring inconsistencies quickly dismantled his original story.
Here's the hard part where we're having a hard time to understand, is that we shut down that entire area, and we had officers shoulder to shoulder walk it out. They didn't find as much as one shell casing. They didn't find one piece of glass. Nothing. Nothing to what you said adds up. And it's hard.
Bro, I'm telling you, bro, that's the class.
I mean, for whatever reason, your two friends Are these your good friends?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. These my like,
these your two, I'm assuming close friends.
Yeah, we got.
And you're doing them an in-service by not telling us the truth.
I'm telling you the truth, son. I don't like. How? What do you want?
How do you make shell casings disappear?
I don't know. How can I tell you about a shell case?
Under his new agreement, Bortland is required to provide a truthful account of the events. Hospital reports show that Bortland initially claimed he and his friends were targets of a random drive by shooting shortly after leaving a recording studio. He told officers that an unidentified vehicle pulled alongside them at a traffic light and opened fire, prompting him to duck for cover and drive off, a story he maintained throughout early interrogations.
Okay, tell me what happened.
Man, I was playing music, getting off the exit. I was already getting sleepy, almost home, you know what I'm saying? And like, just out of nowhere, like, I just heard, you know what I'm saying? So, and I ducked down, you know what I'm saying, in the car, and I almost crashed the car.
Let me back you up a few minutes. Where were you coming from?
I was coming from the studio, from Fort Lauderdale.
Fort Lauderdale studio. Which way did you take?
I took I-75, 595 to
75.
Expressway. Yeah.
Then you took 75 south?
Detectives focused heavily on Bortland's exact actions during the alleged drive-by. Despite intensive questioning, Bortland repeatedly stuck to the cover story to protect both himself and Melly from investigators uncovering what actually transpired inside the vehicle.
And I'm driving, ducking for my life, trying to make sure I don't get hit. And you telling me, you telling me about shit. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to make sure I don't get hit. I'm driving. I'm trying to make sure I don't get hit. You know what I'm saying? What I'm gonna be worried about? You know what I'm saying?
I know it's not for you to worry about.
That shit crazy, bro.
But if you tell me it happened there's got to be some evidence there. There's going to be broken glass, just like there's broken glass over here when you guys open the doors and stuff like that. Okay, there's going to be broken glass over there when the windows got out. There's going to be casings from the people at your car. Okay, there's going to be evidence over there. Okay, right now there's nothing. I kind of think I know what happened because I got information.
Bortland's full cooperation comes as a direct condition of his plea deal. The presiding judge ruled that for both charges, Bortland must provide a complete factual basis admitting his role as an accessory to the crime. Unlike standard Ghana-style proffer agreements where a defendant simply answers affirmatively to court questions, Bortland must detail the exact timeline, as further analyzed by DJ academics during a recent stream.
I did tweet out saying people are upset. I said, this is a gunna plea. This is a gunna plea. This isn't a plea saying you have to tell on him, but this is a plea that you're going to have to provide all the details that they were missing to convict him. And that's why it's a gunna plea. Why do I say he signed a gunna plea? Because YNW Melly, and I watched the case, we covered it. YNW Melly's case is that, number one, you guys have not done a job to prove that this is actually they have proved this, but prove that this is a homicide with this person being the offender. Also, the accessory after the fact plea confirms that Bortland, that's kind of like almost like a sub part of a conspiracy, except you weren't with the conspiracy at first. You came in after the fact. What that proved is that they came in. Oh my God, my nose. What that proved is that Bortland worked with someone after he acknowledged that a took place in trying to cover it up. You hear what I just said? When pleading to an accessory to after the fact, you have to acknowledge that the happened and you assisted someone or in some way to cover the. Now, if Melly's statement is, how do we know? And then secondly, how do we know who did? Because they said it was a drive-by.
Bortland's full confession leaves Melly as the sole individual facing direct liability for the shooting. Meanwhile, reports detailing Melly's current conditions at the Broward County Jail reveal he is held in a single-person concrete cell behind a solid steel door. The cell contains a narrow slab bed, a metal toilet sink combo, and a food slot. He remains locked inside for 23 hours a day, receives 1 hour of isolated recreation, showers every other day, and has 0 visitation rights, phone access, or windows. His mother publicly noted that he has endured these conditions for nearly 7 years while awaiting a final verdict.
When you saw Melly's statement, just saying how he's been hurt, how he's scared for his life, as a mother, how did that make you feel?
It's heartbreaking. It made me feel completely helpless. Broward Sheriff's Office definitely needs to be investigated. I mean, they are making up their own rules. We've tried to go to court about this situation. The judge really doesn't have any jurisdiction when it comes to the jail, because we actually had a hearing about the mistreatment of him, and the jail they make their own rules. And I don't think that's fair because I know that they need to answer to someone too.
Melly's severe confinement conditions sparked widespread concern among fans, with one follower posting, "What they're saying about Melly got me so nervous right now. This man might pass before his trial even begins where he can still be found innocent." As seen on X. During pre-trial hearings, human isolation expert Dr. Norman testified against the extended lockdown, citing the 2015 Nelson Mandela rules and stating that no inmate should exceed 15 consecutive days in solitary confinement. He highlighted that 7 years of isolation on an adolescent brain, which does not fully mature until age 25, can cause irreversible psychological damage. A viral commentary online noted, "I understand the charges against Melly are really bad, but he's being treated inside jail like he's been found guilty already."
And
As seen
I
on
know
X.
people didn't believe me when I was saying just how horrible they were treating him, but to hear it come out of that BSO officer's mouth, it really brought it home, and it hurt. Like, it really made me cry because I don't see how you could treat anybody like that. It's innocent to proven guilty, but they are treating him worse than anybody I've ever heard of. The doctor even said he's never heard of someone being kept up underneath such seclusion and such harsh conditions. I just want him to be able to at least come home.
Citing unlawful punishment prior to conviction, Melly's legal team filed an emergency appeal contesting the judge's denial of bond and requesting an independent third-party investigation. Jail staff testimony supported the defense's claims. A Broward Sheriff's Office deputy confirmed that Melly's cell has been searched daily since 2019 without a single piece of contraband ever being recovered. The officer added that Melly has no record of physical altercations and has been denied all contact with his family for 6 years. However, public commentator Charleston White expressed no sympathy, openly celebrating the harsh jail conditions.
I was really praying and hoping that them folks in Broward County didn't let that YNW Melly boy out of jail. That's one of the most dangerous goddamn rapping young it is. Man, that boy would have been worse than King Von and Pooh Shiesty combined had they let that boy out of jail. That boy people from the inside of the car. All the come from the inside going out, and he want people to believe that all the from that side. None of the motherfucking forensic evidence showed that a bullet was fired from the outside of that goddamn car.
Despite his lengthy detention and heavy legal battles, sources close to Melly state he remains entirely confident in his ultimate acquittal, reportedly purchasing hundreds of thousands of dollars in high-end jewelry to wear upon his release.
He gets out. I would assume
but it's still,
that he spent a lot of money on lawyers. Like an amount that would probably...
That kid spent a lot of money on a lot of things that shouldn't have been spent on.
Really? Like what else?
And cars, jewelry. And he's not even out to wear the jewelry. I'm like, why are you buying jewelry and you're not here to wear the jewelry?
No, definitely lawyers are probably the best thing you can spend
That's
money
what
on.
bro. But he's good with lawyers, bro. Like, money ain't an issue for lawyers. Like, he's fine, but it's just like, there was a lot of stuff that should have went to lawyers that he didn't spend on lawyers. And I'm like, bro. And now it's like, he don't even want to chain no more.
To secure a conditional bond, Melly's legal team presented a comprehensive house arrest plan. They confirmed that a private residence equipped with a swimming pool and fully functional recording studio was prepared for him. Under the proposed terms, Melly would remain restricted to the property to record music until his official trial date, a setup that drew widespread commentary from high-profile legal analysts across the industry.
So Melly had a bond hearing today, and it's still ongoing. I believe it's 2 o'clock. I think it started at 10. It's almost like a mini trial where they're putting on individuals, and they're doing a really nice job with crossing individuals, putting on individuals about confinement and what it does to a person's psyche. He's been in, I don't know, going on 8 years, I believe. I think I was hired on this case originally. I think his bond should have been considered before this. Also, this case really, in my opinion, should have been a speedy trial in the first 6 to 8 months of the case, but that's spilt milk at this point.
As Melly's defense built momentum, federal investigators secured a critical state witness. Melly's ex-girlfriend, Mariah Hamilton, who was taken into custody to ensure her presence at trial.
Mariah Hamilton is spending her first day at the Broward County Jail. She has no arrest record until now. U.S. Border Patrol agents arrested her at Miami International Airport Monday after she arrived on an international flight. Court records show Hamilton was ordered to testify in Demon's first trial in 2023.
Prosecutors allege Melly flew Hamilton out of the country prior to his initial trial to prevent her from testifying about key events from the night of the crime. After being brought before the judge, Hamilton formally verified her commitment to testify before being released. Concurrently, prosecutors moved to drop separate witness tampering charges against Melly to protect vital evidence for the primary murder trial. The prosecutors dropped the witness tampering case against Melly to avoid jeopardizing key evidence essential to proving consciousness of guilt in his double murder trial. Via XXL magazine, financial disclosures revealed Hamilton received over $31,000 from Melly's management company alongside assistance, purchasing a Mercedes-Benz despite having no documented income. Furthermore, intercepted jail communications, surveillance footage, and coded notes showed Melly operating an intricate inmate relay system to bypass his revoked phone privileges, a secret system first exposed by YNW Juvie's father 2 years prior.
There was this kind of crazy way that Melly was communicating. He wasn't allowed to use the phone, but he was passing notes to people, and then this person's calling this person and then that person.
Saying like to me, they going through extreme measures, try to cover up or convince people not to testify, like Mariah mom. They was using code words like Rihanna and A$AP Rocky's baby mom. And
in an effort to secure bail, Melly's defense attorneys reminded the court that state investigators have never recovered the murder weapon. They argued that the absence of a firearm leaves open the plausible possibility that the incident was indeed an external drive-by shooting carried out by unknown assailants.
So the first thing is I didn't have a firearm, so I can't know which firearm I'm going to use in order to replicate any of my tests. So I can't make tests for this determination because I don't know what firearm was used.
Okay.
Melly's mother continues to speak out publicly against the judicial process, maintaining that her son is being subjected to cruel and unconstitutional treatment long before ever receiving a final verdict in court.
My son has not been convicted of anything, and even other inmates that have been convicted or anything, they have the right to use a telephone. They have a right to just to be allowed to write letters to their loved ones, to receive their mail. They hold his mail. They don't give it to him.